Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns after just 44 days in office. She's set to become the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history. And she has a lot of critics. Not bad work if you can get it. After just 44 days as Prime Minister, Liz Truss can now claim up to $115,000 a year for doing nothing. Meanwhile, millions of people rely on food banks in the UK, including some who are working. Let that sink in. But then others feel it goes deeper than that. She was forced out by the IMF and the World Bank because she refused to go along with collapsing the British economy and currency on purpose to usher in the digital currency and the Great Reset. So who knows, maybe she was fighting back against the Great Reset. We're starting to see a lot of other countries do what they have to do as well. Remember, it's all about climate change. You have to go green. But now countries are realizing they could freeze to death, so they're going back to fossil fuels, doing exactly the opposite of what they were told to do. People keep saying that we kicked a can of 2008 down the road. This is wrong. We kicked a can up the stairs, meaning we not only delayed the problem but made sure it would get worse, since we borrowed more to paper over the old debts and worthless securities the system had created. Now, I believe we're in far worse shape than we were in 2008, and I believe the crash that is definitely coming is going to be far worse than '08, and everybody knows this crash is coming. It's just a matter of time. House prices stalling and likely to fall. A generation holds its breath. Maybe affordable housing is on the horizon. But in steps the central bank, acting for the banks, property investors, wealth, the system, they say no. Let them borrow more to keep the prices high. The game is rigged. And that's the thing, they want to keep these prices high. But how long can it stand up? At some point, this whole thing is going to come crashing down. Who are the central bank's rules changed for? Who's the benefit? Who do they benefit? Home buyers, are you for real? Look whose shares are up today. It's about the profits of the banks and developers. Property prices, keep them high, and the profits keep rolling in, paid for by you. So they know people can't afford a lot of these houses that they're putting them in, giving them mortgages for. Yet they'll still push that mortgage through, get them in the house, and if they don't pay, oh well. A couple of years from now, they'll come back and foreclose on them. Banks continue to provide mortgages for oceanfront property as well. World Bank continues financing fossil fuels despite climate crisis. And the thing is, they told you don't buy a house by the ocean. You'll be underwater within a few years. But here we are, years later, they're still handing out mortgages for oceanfront property, and this will continue into the future as long as they can make money doing this. Debt is like a drug. The banks are the dealers. They'll give you all the drugs you want when times are good. When times are bad, they give you nothing and watch you die. Then they swoop in and take everything you own. And it's true. They'll let you continue pushing yourself further and further in debt. And once you can't afford it anymore, they'll just come and take everything you bought away from you. I was telling you back in the summer when the realtors were pushing the whole you need to buy a house now. Now's the time to buy a house or you're not going to get one. I was telling you now's not the time to buy. Remember, you're in crypto. You buy the bottom, you don't buy the top. Now we're going to see a housing crisis happen, and a crash is going to happen. Once those housing prices come way down, that's when you want to get in, right before the prices start going back up. Wall Street's biggest banks agree that dark clouds of recession are on the horizon. David Solomon, CEO of Goldman Sachs, is the latest entrant who believes recession is just around the corner. He warned that the U.S. may head into an economic downfall in 2023. Now, the reason I think that XRP might be ushered in sometime in 2023 is because a lot of people are talking about it. Even the Fed. He says things could get far worse in 2023 than they are in 2022. We see other CEOs saying the same thing about 2023. Maybe that's the year XRP gets to hit those $10,000 prices. We are leading a coalition investigating banks for ceding authority to the UN, which will only result in the killing of American companies that don't subscribe to the woke climate agenda. Conservative attorneys general investigate 6 major banks for wokeness. So now people are starting to wake up and realize what's going on. They're fighting back against it. They realize this is going to hurt a lot of American companies. And it's just a matter of time until more and more people get on board and fight back. Investor Richard Mills says the economy is rushing into a US dollar crisis of epic proportions. And I believe what's going to happen is once BRICS countries get their currencies backed by that gold, that's it. They're going to pull out of the US dollar and the dollar is going to go into a free fall. When that happens, the stock market's going to get that blow off top as well as crypto. Even Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high. UK is now the largest crypto economy in Europe. Over there, they welcome crypto with open arms. They welcome Ripple with open arms in a lot of those countries. Here in the US, it's a different story. They want to hold back innovation because it hurts their banking friends. That's why we're still stuck in this SEC lawsuit. Until we get clarity here in the US, I believe we're going to be left behind as far as innovation and crypto. World Economic Forum names XRP as crypto asset most relevant in central bank digital currency space. Most relevant. Think about that. Now, a lot of people can't see the price of XRP getting to $10,000. They say $10 is the top and that's it, based on previous cycles and market cap. But now think about this. When the World Economic Forum is saying, listen, XRP is the most relevant, it's going to be used to move all the world's money. It's going to provide on-demand liquidity throughout the entire world. How can you not see that XRP has to be very high priced? You could see it coming. And most likely, 2023 looks like the year it's going to happen because everything is pushing that way. Companies, institutions, developers, and individuals around the world use XRP and the blockchain on which it runs, the XRP ledger, because of its extraordinary utility. It's fast, it's cheap, and it's green. It provides on-demand liquidity throughout the entire world. That on-demand liquidity is definitely going to be needed globally very, very soon when a global liquidity crisis happens. I'm just waiting to see exactly how they're going to usher in this new financial system. A lot of people say it's going to be an internet outage throughout the entire globe. Other people say it's going to be a massive blackout, power outage throughout the world. Others say it's going to be ushered in through cyber attacks. Whatever the case may be, though, is I believe they're trying to tear all of these all these financial systems down right now. Little by little, it's happening throughout the world. Once it gets so bad, that's when they're definitely going to need XRP. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.